There is a very scary thing hidden on this island, and no one goes to this island. In the beginning of 1945, during World War II, British decided to take back Ramree Island from Japanese. Ramree Island is a very big and flat island, which is located on the coast of Burma. This Ramree Island is a very amazing staging location from where air campaigns could be easily carried out to the mainland. Assume that this was a very amazing air base. Basically, the British were the owners of this island, but the Japanese forcibly took it away from them in 1942. Now that it was 1945, the British decided to take it back. On 21st January 1945, the British and Indian forces attacked the Ramree beaches to take it back. As soon as they land here, they have all the artillery support of the naval, and they bomb the airbase, and in a short time, they take over the rest of the Japanese. But the Japanese did not want to surrender. So they leave this base, and the British take over that base, and the remaining 1,000 Japanese soldiers were running on the other side of the island, where more Japanese soldiers were already there. But now the problem was to get these 1,000 soldiers to their other allies. They had to pass through this 10-kilometer-long mangrove, which had poisonous spiders, insects, and rotting soil, and it was very difficult to move inside. But they had no other option, so they went inside the swamp. Now the Japanese were not ready for the thing, because of which this Ramree Island was famous. A creature in front of which poisonous snakes, spiders, and insects looked like children, and all these Japanese were going for it. The British decided that they will not follow them in this swamp. They blocked the outside of the swamp with a boat that if any Japanese tried to escape from this swamp, then they will catch them. Now the Japanese had only one option to escape from here. They had to cross this 10-kilometer-long swamp and go to their other Japanese soldiers. That night, the British were sitting on the side of the swamp on a boat, and they heard screams from the inside of the swamp. These were the screams of the Japanese soldiers. Here the sound of bullets was heard, and then it stopped. The same sound was heard everywhere in the swamp. The sound of screams, gunfire, and silence. The British were very surprised. They said that our soldiers are not inside. What is happening inside? Now, what was happening inside the Guinness Book of World Records describes it as that this was the world's largest mass murder of humans, that too by the hands of animals, and not an ordinary animal, but a saltwater crocodile. This is a very massive crocodile that eats humans. It weighs up to 1,000 kilograms, and it can reach up to 23 feet in length. National Geographic has even labeled this crocodile that it has the highest chances of eating humans among all the animals. And the population of saltwater crocodiles on this Ramree Island is the highest in the world, and they all lived in the same swamp, where the Japanese had entered. Many of these soldiers were bleeding because they had fought in the past, so they were attracting hundreds of saltwater crocodiles. Saltwater crocodiles are famous for hunting in the dark. So what happened here was when the Japanese went inside these mangroves, crocodiles know about their presence immediately, but they wait until dark and then they start their feeding frenzy. Feeding frenzy means all the crocodiles are eating prey in the same location. So after a while, many Japanese soldiers come out of the swamp and they present themselves in front of the British soldiers. They catch 20 of them, and they were saying that we were surrounded by crocodiles from all sides. In whichever direction they were staring, the crocodiles were eating people. And as soon as they ate one person, they would jump on the next person to eat. And in this retreat, when the Japanese reached the other side of the swamp, out of 1,000, only 500 people can reach the other side. The rest of the people are eaten by these crocodiles. Until today, people stay away from this Ramree Island because there are a lot of people eating crocodiles here, and they have no problem tearing you into pieces. It is a very small island full of jungles, which is only 150 kilometers away from the coast of Brazil. Now, no matter how beautiful it looks, no one goes here. In fact, it is not allowed to go there because the Brazilian Navy has strictly prohibited going there. The legends of this island begin in the early 1900s when a local fisherman was near the coast of this island. He could see very beautiful banana trees on the coast of this island. The bananas were on top of them, and they were ready to be plucked. He thought that he could easily take his boat to those trees and take some bananas from there. There is no problem in this. It will only take me 10 minutes. So he stops his boat near the island to take the bananas. He drops the anchor of his boat, goes to the middle, climbs on that tree, and starts plucking the bananas. Now, as he is on the tree, he feels a very bad pain on his side, on his rib cage. He falls down from the tree and blood starts coming out from the side of his pants. He could see it from his shirt. There was blood on his shirt. He thinks that there is a tree branch here. Now he is all alone here. It was 150 kilometers away from the mainland. So panicking, he drops the bananas, There goes to his boat, removes the anchor, and starts traveling to the mainland. But on the way back, he falls unconscious in his boat. Later, another boat passes through the same area. He sees a boat floating in the water. He feels that something is wrong, so he goes near the boat. He sees the same fisherman who went to take the bananas. He was lying on his back. He could clearly see that he is dead. There was blood all around him. 20 years after this incident, a lighthouse keeper was assigned to work on this island. He stays here with his family. They were staying in the main house of the lighthouse. Everything was fine for a few days, but after a few days, the captains who used to pass their ships near this island, they were dependent on the light of this lighthouse. They noticed that the light of this lighthouse is not on. They report this incident to the mainland. Then a search party is sent here to check that the lighthouse keeper and his family are fine. They don't need any supplies, but when they go inside this lighthouse, their entire family is lying in their beds, and they see only one reason here. There were puncture marks all over their bodies, and there was an open window here. So who killed them all on this island? Technically, they died of a poison which literally melts your organs in 60 minutes if you come in contact with it. And this poison comes from a very famous poisonous snake whose name is golden lancehead viper, which only exists on this island. They are not found anywhere else in the world, so they name this island Snake Island. And because no one goes to this island, so the population of this lancehead viper has exploded on this island. They are thriving on this island. According to the researchers, there are about 3,000 poisonous snakes on this island, and there is a snake here at a distance of about 1 square meter, which means if you go to this island, you will be only 1 meter away from the thing that can kill you. And interestingly, these snakes are not only on the ground now, because their primary food source is birds. So these snakes start living on trees so that they can catch the birds that come and sit on the trees, which means if you are walking on this dense jungle island, you will be 360 degrees away from these poisonous snakes. And if these people bite you, then you will have 60 minutes to take the antidote. And if you don't take it, then 100% of the time you will die. And only those people who go to this island, one is the Navy, which only comes to replace the batteries of this lighthouse. This lighthouse has been automated because living here is very dangerous. They also go once a year to change the batteries. Researchers sometimes go to this island, and hunters also come to this island to catch these snakes. Now, because these snakes are very rare, so they sell it at a very high price in the black market, which is about $10,000 to $30,000. But a lot of hunters who go to this island, they get bitten by these snakes, and these people die. Apart from this, there is a village in Uganda. There is also a very scary thing hidden there, which killed more than 80 people. I have made this video on what it was. I